Hi, this is Jeremy Spicer, and today we're going to do a really fun and interesting video on how to memorize cocktails. Not only do I want to show you an easy way to memorize cocktails, but to help show you the relationships between different cocktails so you know why the ingredients are mixed the way they are, to help you not only memorize drinks, but actually show you how you can create your own cocktails based on older ones. Because most cocktails really are just modifications and variations of older cocktails. We're going to do a really fun journey through cocktail history all the way from the 1800s until now. And by the end of this video, you are going to know more drinks than you ever thought possible. And not only that, we're going to deconstruct how these drinks are formed. So let's start off easy. We'll warm up the brain a little bit, and then we'll dive a lot deeper. What's the easiest liquor to start with? Let's start with some basic vodka drinks. Some of them you'll know just to warm up, and then we're going to dive deeper, right? Let's go. Now, what is probably, if there's one cocktail that most people know, it's probably the screwdriver, right? Vodka and orange juice is a screwdriver. If you add Galliano on top, you have a Harvey Wallbanger. If you replace the vodka with tequila, you have tequila, orange juice, and Galliano on top, you have Freddie Fudd Pucker. If we have tequila, orange juice, grenadine on top, you probably know, is a tequila tequila sunrise. If we replace the grenadine with blackberry brandy, we have a tequila sunset. Go back to the orange and vodka. Vodka, orange juice, and cranberry, we have a Madras. If we add peach schnapps to that, we have the Sex on the Beach. Vodka, peach schnapps, orange juice, cranberry, Sex on the Beach. Take out the cranberries, we have vodka, peach schnapps, orange juice, we have a Fuzzy Navel. Take out the orange juice, put the cranberry, vodka, peach schnapps, cranberry, we have a Woo Woo. I know, it's a funny name. You see it as a shot or it could be a drink. If you have vodka and grapefruit juice, you probably know it's a Greyhound. Salt the rim, you have a Salty Dog. What about vodka, grapefruit juice, cranberry? You have a Sea Breeze. Vodka, cranberry, pineapple juice. You have a Bay Breeze. So just in these simple drinks, and most you might even know, we see how just simple variations completely changes it to a new cocktail. But it's really, you're just changing a little bit here and there. Okay, let's go into a different category. I call them duos, or one liquor and one liqueur. Usually see it as 2 ounce liquor, 1 ounce liqueur, or 1.5 ounce liquor, half ounce liqueur. You know, popular one is a Black Russian. You probably know is a vodka and Kahlua. Add cream, you get a White Russian. What if we take out the cream and add Bailey's instead? You have a Mudslide. Using the same format, liquor and liqueur. What about vodka and amaretto? Godmother, vodka, amaretto, cream, a goddaughter. How about scotch and amaretto? Scotch and amaretto is a godfather. Scotch amaretto cream is a godson. Same format, Scotch Drambuie. You have a Rusty Nail. How about instead of a Black Russian, of vodka and Kahlua, you have tequila and Kahlua. You have a Brave Bull. You see, the possibilities are endless with this type of configuration. Rye whiskey, Benedictine, Angostura bitters is a Monte Carlo. Now most people might not think of Monte Carlo is related to the Black Russian or a White Russian, but clearly you can see. Now we have amaretto and orange juice, maybe pour a little bit of soda, or seltzer or soda water, club soda. A bocce ball. So you got the amaretto orange juice soda, you've got a bocce ball. Now if you have the amaretto, orange juice, vodka, sloe gin, and Southern Comfort, you have an Alabama Slammer. Take out the amaretto. So you just have vodka, sloe gin, Southern Comfort, orange juice. What do you have? A Slow Comfortable Screw. Yeah, it's a funny name. So you see how you could just build on each other, and the possibilities are endless. I mean, you have amaretto and orange juice, but I mean, you add 3 things to that to get the Alabama Slammer. You get vodka, sloe gin, and Southern Comfort. Who's to say you can't add a 4th? You could just pick 3 other things out of a hat and put it in there. Well, not really out of a hat. It's got to work. but you see where we're going. Okay, we're warmed up. Let's go deeper. Let's go into sours. Now, you think about it, a lot of drinks have some type of orange liqueur and a citrus. Cointreau, or triple sec, or curacao. Basically, curacao is an orange liqueur from the Curacao Islands. The problem is it's really hard to get quality orange curacao. If your orange curacao costs you $6 or $7, it's not real curacao. If you can get the real stuff, it's good. Now, triple sec. Sec means dry. So it's a drier form of curacao. Cointreau is a top level triple sec. So I might throw triple sec and Cointreau interchangeably here, but generally when a recipe calls for triple sec, I use Cointreau. When a recipe calls for curacao, if I can get it, I use a real curacao. Okay, 1862 is either the oldest or one of the oldest cocktail manuals ever made by Jerry Thomas. And in this book, he talks about the Brandy Crusta. The Brandy Crusta is an important cocktail, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because this predates a lot of drinks now that we have based on that same format. Basically, the Brandy Crusta was brandy, and I'm assuming in 1862, they were most likely drinking cognac, which is a French brandy made in cognac, in case you don't know. Cognac, lemon juice, a sugar syrup, and curacao was how we made the Brandy Crusta in 1862, with a crusted rim of sugar. And that's why it's called the Brandy Crusta. He tells you in the book how to do it. You take a lemon along the glass and dip it in powdered sugar. So the Brandy Crusta was cognac, lemon juice, sugar syrup, and curacao with the crusted rim of sugar. Spirit, orange liqueur, citrus. Now this is very important. Later on, we have the sidecar. Brandy, Cointreau, lemon juice, sugar rim. What's another drink that's just like this with a garnished rim? The margarita. Replace the brandy with tequila. Replace the lemon with lime. Tequila, Cointreau or triple sec, lime. Salted rim. You have a margarita. Now, I know there's a lot of different margaritas. You can have a strawberry margarita, you can have a mango margarita, you could add lemon, you could add orange juice, sweet and sour, whatever you can do to that. You got Grand Marnier, we make it a Grand Cadillac margarita, but essentially it's tequila, Cointreau, or triple sec, and lime. Now, sweet and sour is just fake lemon sugar. It's corn syrupy, fake lemon sugar kind of crappy stuff. But you could essentially just replace sweet and sour with lemon and sugar, lemon, lime and sugar, or simply lime and sugar. I advise you one day just to try a real old school margarita, which is tequila, Cointreau, and lime juice served up, not on the rocks. Try it one day. It's actually a really good drink. But anyways, that's the foundation for so many different drinks. So I did a Corpse Reviver 2 is one of my favorite cocktails, and I did a video. I showed you how to make it. You should check out the video because it's a great cocktail. It's Cointreau, gin, Cointreau, lime, a little bit of absinthe, a little bit of Quina Lillet. Quina Lillet doesn't exist anymore, so we use Coca Americano to replace it. So you've got gin, Cointreau, lemon, some absinthe, and Quina Lillet, which we use Coca Americano. So when you see it as a sour, it's no longer just a bunch of random ingredients. The Oriental cocktail, rye, Cointreau, lime. There you have it again. Rye, Cointreau, lime, sweet vermouth, orange bitters. The Pegu Club, gin, Cointreau, lime, Angostura bitters, orange bitters. Beachcomber, Don the Beachcomber was one of the original tiki dudes. Beachcomber cocktail, rum, Cointreau, lime, maraschino. One of my favorite rum cocktails is called the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club. Go into any bar, anywhere, ask for a Royal Bermuda Yacht Club. I guarantee you they won't know how to make it. It's a simple drink, they just never heard it, but it's so amazing. Rum, we use Barbados rum, Cointreau, lime, Velvet Falernum. What's Velvet Falernum? Velvet Falernum is a Barbados rum-based liqueur. It's got sugar, almonds, cloves. It's amazing, okay? So rum, Cointreau, lime, Barbados rum, Cointreau, lime, Velvet Falernum is the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club cocktail. So right now you might be thinking, wow, what can I do with that? Think about you get spirit, orange liqueur, some type of citrus. The possibilities are endless. I mean, really, if you think about it, even a Long Island iced tea really is a sour. I mean, you've got the clears. You've got rum, gin, tequila, and vodka. That's like your spirit. Then you've got the triple sec. Then you've got the sweet and sour, which is really just fake lemon sugar with a splash of Coke and a lemon wedge. It's really just a sour. So if you think about it, you could actually make a top shelf Long Island iced tea if you use all good rum, vodka, gin, and tequila. Then used Cointreau. Instead of sweet and sour, used fresh lemon juice and sugar with a splash of Coke and a lemon wedge. You got yourself a top shelf Long Island iced tea. It's the same format. Replace a triple sec with Curacao instead of Coke. Add 7-Up. You got an Adios MF. And there's other variations. A Singapore Sling you look at. You know, I was with someone the other day, and I was like, yeah, I made this great Singapore Sling. He's like, oh yeah, that's that drink where they just put everything in the pot and didn't know what they were doing. Well, they actually do know what they're doing. Now, the Singapore Sling now, they serve now at the Raffles Hotel in Singapore is gin, Cointreau, lime. You surprised? Now, Cointreau, there's another liqueur in it called Benedictine. There's another fruit with the lime, pineapple. It's got cherry heering, Angostura, and grenadine. When I say it like this, it's not that hard, right? Gin, Cointreau, lime, pineapple juice with the Cointreau, Benedictine, Angostura bitters, grenadine, cherry heering. That's how the Singapore Sling is served now at the Raffles Hotel in Singapore. And I have I have a little variation on that in one of my blog posts you can check out. Okay, so some more sours. Pretty much, okay, like the Corpse Reviver 2 I talked about, right, was gin, Cointreau, lemon, absinthe, and Quina Lillet. Take out the Cointreau this time and add creme de cacao, and you got a 20th century cocktail, which is a fantastic drink. I think it's starting to make a comeback, but it's an old classic. It's starting to make a comeback. So you could do variations on the variations of the variations, even if you wanted. Now, what if we just took out the Cointreau and just used sugar? So you have rum, lime, sugar. Daiquiri. Whiskey, lemon, sugar. You have a whiskey sour. Traditionally, whiskey sour was used with egg white, so it froths up and get this foam. Gin, lemon, sugar. South side. Add soda water to that and a cherry. You have a Tom Collins. Take out the gin, add whiskey. You get a John Collins. And you can see the variations of that are endless. Pretty much anything with sugar and a citrus, with soda water. And you could even have the sugar, you could use simple syrup that's been infused with lavender. You could use simple syrup that's been infused with elderflower. You could even maybe, instead of simple syrup, use Saint Germain elderflower liqueur. I mean, the possibilities are endless what you can do with that drink. Now, martinis. Gin, dry vermouth, orange bitters. Of course, you can use vodka, and of course, you don't have to use the orange bitters, but you should. But gin, dry vermouth, orange bitters. If I add creme de noix to that, it's called a Fairbanks cocktail. Creme de noix is an almond liqueur, similar to amaretto, but I think it's a little better. That's a Fairbanks cocktail. Now, you probably know what's a Manhattan. Manhattan is rye or bourbon, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters. What's a Rob Roy? Scotch, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters. What if I use Irish whiskey, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters? Patty cocktail. What if I do Irish whiskey, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters, absinthe, blackthorn? Now I'll go back to the Rob Roy. Scotch, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters. What if I go Scotch, sweet vermouth, Benedictine, the Bobby Burns? What if I go bourbon, sweet vermouth, Angostura is a what? It's a Manhattan. Manhattan's either bourbon or rye. So bourbon, sweet vermouth, Angostura, add Benedictine to that, you got a Preakness cocktail. What if I go bourbon, sweet vermouth, Angostura, absinthe, cherry hearing? You ever remember the main? Now, if you just had to remember the main with no context, you're probably going to keep forgetting it. But if you know it's just basically a Manhattan with an extra liqueur and some absinthe rinsing the glass, it becomes a lot easier to remember. And think about what you can do with that format, what you can add. You could do different types of bitters, you could add different liqueurs. It really is endless. So I hope you're starting to see now how drinks are made, families they're part of, and how you can make your own. Maybe they're not always consciously, people that invented drinks, they're not necessarily consciously, they might be, but they're not necessarily consciously thinking, oh, I'm going to, make it like this drink. Sometimes it just comes out that way. Sometimes they do consciously, sometimes it just comes out that way. Okay, now back to the gin martini. If you can use an olive or a lemon twist. If you use an olive and you add the olive juice, the brine, the olive that's in the little compartment there, that is a dirty martini. Well, what if we don't use an olive? What we use a pearl onion, you have a Gibson. What if we rinse the glass with absinthe before we did gin, dry vermouth, pearl onion? You have a third degree. If you use dry vermouth and sweet vermouth in either a martini, a Manhattan, or a Rob Roy, it's called a perfect Manhattan, perfect Rob Roy, perfect martini. What if you did gin, dry vermouth, sweet vermouth, orange juice? You'd have a Bronx cocktail. Gin, dry vermouth, sweet vermouth, orange juice is the Bronx. Add Angostura to that, you have an income tax cocktail. Take out the Angostura, add absinthe, you have a Maurice cocktail. Gin, dry and sweet vermouth, orange juice, absinthe, you have a Maurice cocktail. Satan's Whiskers, gin, dry vermouth, sweet vermouth, orange juice, Angostura bitters, and Grand Marnier. That's a Satan's Whiskers. Right there we had 4 cocktails, very similar. Just bouncing off each other a little bit, take away a little bit of that, add a little bit of that. Interesting, right? A Derby. Derby, you've got vermouth, but you've also got the orange liqueur citrus deal. The Derby is bourbon, curacao lime, sweet vermouth. I hope you're seeing how these all relate to each other and why they form the way they are. Now, the hardest part is not really memorizing the drink. The hardest part is, well, what's the ratio of ingredients? Usually you're battling between 1/4 ounce to 1/2 ounce is usually going to be the stuff that's going to make you nuts. Do I put a 1.5 ounce gin or is it 2 ounce gin? Do I add 1/4 curacao or 3/4? It's usually between 1/4 and 1/2 ounce that really makes it the drink. And this is going to depend on the product you have. It's going to depend on the type of citrus you're using. And really what you like. You'll find that the easiest thing to overdo is citrus. Lime and lemon. Lime and lemon are the easiest things to add too much on. Sweet, most people can take a little bit more sweet than they can a little bit more sour, so watch that. But like I said, it's usually like, do I put a 1/2 ounce lime or 3/4 lime? Do I put, 1 ounce to 1.5? That's usually what you're battling. But that comes with experience. That comes depending on your products. And just try it. Try before you give the drink out. You got to try it. Make sure it's good. Not add a little bit there, add a little of that. You could do a lot. So a little bit of bitters can really smooth out a drink. Let's go back to our ingredients. So now you see the relationship, and there's a lot of cocktails I didn't get through, but I really just wanted to get you understanding that wow, there is a method to the madness, and you can use this method to help create more drinks, and most importantly, well, that is most important, but also secondarily, you can learn to memorize a lot of cocktails. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm thinking if there's other drinks I want to talk about, but I think my brain's spent right now. Okay, let's do a few more. I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not. Okay, so we're back to the sidecar, where it's brandy, Cointreau, lemon juice. Brandy, Cointreau, lemon juice is a sidecar. If you add rum to that, brandy, rum, Cointreau, lemon juice, what do you have? You have it between the sheets. A lot of people know the drink between the sheets, but they might not have said, whoa, it's just a sidecar with rum. That's what makes this stuff fantastic. Brandy, Cointreau, lemon juice, cherry. Hearing is a cherry blossom. Brandy, Cointreau, lemon juice with Applejack or an apple brandy like Applejack is Deville. A cruise cocktail is brandy, Cointreau, lemon, Dubonnet. Think of what you can do with this. You could take over the world. No, I'm just joking. Think about, okay, here's another drink that's got 3 variations, very similar, slight variation that make a completely different drink. A Moscow Mule, the first vodka cocktail, and it's starting to be trendy again for some reason. Vodka, ginger beer, lime. Replace the vodka with scotch of a Mamie Taylor. It's not going to taste like a Moscow Mule. Replace that with Gosling's Black Seal rum. Gosling's Black Seal rum, ginger beer, lime. You have a dark and stormy. And what's amazing is, it's the same thing as a Moscow Mule, but you're just using Gosling's Black Seal rum instead of vodka. It's a completely different drink. And that's what I'm talking about. These small variations make a completely different cocktail. And it's really, there's just so much you can do with this. So anyways, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. And hey, enjoy the art of cocktails and happy creating. Cheers.